Welcome back, everybody.
And it goes out with the whole field of soybeans in one trailer. If he doesn't lose it in the river.
I am not going to go 100 miles an hour.
I'm going to park the combine over here so it's ready for this next field. And then
So we need to plant. I would plant sunflower or soybeans in our biggest field.
You think they're still going to be the highest grossing?
Well, oh fuck! I just hit tab in the middle of the street. Just jumped out of my vehicle. Fucking hell!
You didn't jump. You teleported out of that vehicle.
Yeah, I teleported out of my vehicle. It's either that or canola, and canola, all down the board, soybeans is higher. So I think soybeans is still the thing.
Think it's going to stay that way forever? I'm curious.
Not forever.
I want to see what it does when you actually go and sell. Maybe it drops the whole demand for it everywhere.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what happens here.
Some of these just don't look like they're worth much at all.
I feel like there's definitely a nutrient sapping element. But I mean, you would have to be able to test your soil, and like there's no like normally in the real world, whenever you grow stuff, you like test your pH and you got to get your nitrogen, phosphorus, and all that stuff correct in the soil. And it depends on what season it is. Like in the early summer, you want higher nitrogen, and then once it starts flowering, you want higher phosphorus.
Yeah, I plant potatoes and garlic. I want to fill with refill summer turn sower select seed. I want to fill. Oh, we might not have sunflower seeds.
No, we don't. We don't. For
So,
sure.
soybeans it is.
Yeah, I think soybeans is the thing to grow for sure. I don't know how to actually sell these people.
Now the thing is, we need to plow the other field as well. Steve.
Yeah, the one that you just picked, but I did plow the one that's able to be planted. There's one that's able to be planted right now.
I wonder if I can. You know what though? There is. I wonder if I can hook the cultivator to the front of this, and the planter on the back.
On a tractor?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not that I would have to do it for this particular field, but
I don't think you can. You could try though, but in fact, I know you can't because a cultivator has to be pulled.
in the real world,
This game is the real world.
it is. It's like, you know, a bunch of strangers living together in a house.
Oh God.
Did
Have you been watching Survivor?
No, so I just watched the last season. After it was all done, I caught up on the whole last season in like a week time frame. It was one of the things we watched after when I was home with the baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, you can.
Not gonna work.
Cultivator in the front, sower in the rear. I'm gonna go see if this actually does work on this other field. The smaller field, but just because I can.
All right, got our monies.
Oh, 42, nice. So now the question is, can we lower the cultivator, and then
Fingers are off.
so lower cultivator. So
Can you even move with it lower? You shouldn't
yes.
be able to.
So you're right in the sense that
Doesn't work.
right, it works backwards. Like I have to move it backwards, which would defeat the whole purpose of this thing.
Right.
If I could like detach that, change, detach that. What if I just turn around in some way? Does that?
You can't detach it the other way. That's where the spinners are at.
Guess this isn't gonna help me, is it?
You're trying to do
I
things
can put these on the
possible.
other direction so we can plant from the front, but then it still doesn't do anything for me because it would plant and then cultivate.
You're trying to like hack the game here, basically.
I'm trying to just make it so I do two things at once.
Yeah, you can't though. That's not the farmer way.
Unless you can also attach this from the other side.
No.
Maybe you can connect it from the other side.
No, Jeff. No.
You don't know.
I do know.
You probably do. But no, I have not watched the season of Survivor that is currently airing.
I don't know what has happened, but apparently there's some like unbelievable drama that's never been seen before.
I mean, but don't they always say
I don't know
that?
what it is, so I can't talk about it because I haven't watched it at all. I'm waiting for the season to finish at this point.
That's what I'm doing as well.
But apparently it's like not even like entertaining. It's just something terrible has happened.
Oh, it's not even entertaining? It's like that bad?
That's what people are saying. Something terrible happened and it sucks. And like I saw a bunch of Reddit threads like about it, but I don't know what. Like it was, I immediately like, averted my eyes, like it was like, you know, like scat porn or something.
So now, is it supposedly happened in one episode, or it like happened across the board?
I don't. Someone did something bad.
Oh,
Something bad happened, man. Oh, I don't know. I don't really know.
I understand something bad has happened. Can't tell if I'm planting this freaking thing. I'm not planting. Why are you not planting?
You gotta lower it and turn it on.
I'll lower it. Oh, and sorry. I just realized I barely filled up my seeds. Wait, what?
Yeah, see that I don't really quite understand because you fill up the blue bag, which I don't know what the blue bag actually is,
And then the blue bag,
and then
is
you
like
have to fill up
dumping
the seeds too.
in?
No, the blue bag is something else.
My blue bag just went from 500 down to 499, and now the seeds are empty.
Yeah, but that's not seeds. Like that's something else. I don't actually. You know
Now it's
what?
at
I'm not gonna speak.
498. What the hell is this blue
Yeah,
bag?
but the seeds are going down too. Like if you open up the back, there's some white stuff. And then there's also brown stuff. The brown stuff is seeds, and the white stuff is something else.
You're trying to get yourself run over here. Now I'm so curious what this terrible thing is.
I am too, but I'm waiting to find out.
So you haven't seen any of the season?
Not a single bit.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the thing is.
What the gimmick is of the season? You mean?
Right. Yeah. Do you?
What? I know. I have no idea. Now, did you watched last season then, right?
I don't remember it. You do this thing where you watch it and you have no idea what the fuck happened.
Yeah, because
that's
really wasn't.
I do that a lot.
It wasn't that great. It was okay. I didn't think it was that great, but it was.
What was this last season?
Millennials versus Gen Xers.
I hated the winner this time. Actually, I do remember now.
So I will tell you that I did not want the person to win who won. Sure. Do I think they played a decent game? Sure, but I mean that gets so stretched nowadays on what I consider a decent game anymore.
I can't believe they clean swept it too. Like I just couldn't believe that that's what the people that voted voted.
Now, that I will tell you, I did not expect that person to get every single vote by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, that was bullshit. But it was the first time that they introduced that thing with the you can take somebody else's reward.
Oh yeah,
and which never
they did the best job of that. The person that did it that they could have done, I feel like. I don't remember exactly what happened, but that whole thing, I was like, man, you don't ever want to use that. And then the way they did use it seemed to work. I remember that much.
But it didn't though. That's the thing, is the guy said he was going to take away whoever won the family reward.
Yeah.
And he decided not to do it because he knew that would be an asshole-ish thing to do. So then somebody else stole his reward from him to still bring him on the reward. Like, I was just like, you could have done so much more, like, evil and survivor-ish things. I don't know, the show kind of makes me mad when people take the thing so seriously. I love watching those contestants who get voted out, and they look at their partner and they're like, oh my god, you guys got me, that was so good. Like, in their... Because they understand it's a game. I feel like nobody understands that anymore.
Well, there's also $1 million on the line.
There is $1 million on the line, and I get it, but people take shit too personally and seriously.
I also don't think that we're capable of understanding what it's like.
Right, I completely agree with that. Like, it's a whole different thing. I will still tell you, now that I'm a father, though, I would still not want to see my family when I was out there. I wouldn't want those letters. I wouldn't want any of that stuff.
Oh, well, I think... See, that's the thing. Like, I used to... Before I had a kid, I never understood why they were so... what they were. Like, I never was like, man, I wouldn't be that, like, oh my god. But then after having a kid, it's like, even like just going to a convention, it's like, man, I'm ready to be home. So, I mean, I think I would want to see my family, and I do think I would like lose my mind, basically.
I see, and I would not want to see my family at all because I wouldn't want them to fuck up my game.
But that's the thing, too, is you're out there with a bunch of people you cannot trust whatsoever. And so having someone you can talk to about what's going on, and they can have like a level-headed opinion on it all, I think would be really, really important.
I mean, maybe, but then it becomes all hearsay. It's, I'm telling you this, and this is all from my opinion of what I'm telling you to fill you in on the story. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Honestly,
maybe it wouldn't be helpful. I don't know.
I will tell you, as much as I'd still love to be on Survivor, it doesn't even look entertaining anymore, to be honest.
I mean, it is like this. You know what it reminds me of is what happened to Race for Wool after it became this like league sort of thing. Like, it wasn't even people. Those people weren't playing Minecraft anymore. They're fucking running strats. It's like all these esports things. It's no longer the game, and it's all about, you know. I mean, did you ever watch any of the people play Race for Wool that like played it like the serious leagues and streams and shit?
I've never really seen one of the serious ones. I've seen ones that were competition, but they weren't like super serious. It was just friendly competition.
Man, so like it got to the point where, all right, here's the strats. You go here, you make a wooden pick, you drop the wooden pick, and you drop this. You mine 3 blocks of this, and you drop this through the wall. I pick it up through the wall. Like all these fucking things that you did to the letter. Just it's like kind of like speed runs. You know how speed runs are.
Yeah.
And it became this thing where it wasn't about like, I don't know, like that's why I always like the idea of it being a thing where no one knew what the map was before you played it, because it wasn't about the perfect strategy. It was about having a quick wit in the moment.
And that's one thing I really like about UHC is we always play blind, not knowing what map you're about to go into. We don't even know if there's things like we always go to the Nether looking for potions. We don't even know if there's a Nether fortress.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And we've never taken it super seriously.
The people that do though basically say that we shouldn't even play UHC. Oh, these guys are terrible at it.
Yes. God. Yeah, it's But that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't like. A lot of people do come out to like a game like Survivor with this specific strategy in mind, which I'm okay with having a strategy in mind. But when it becomes more about your strategy, and it is, it's an entertainment thing for me as well. Like where I get selfish, I'm watching it because I was entertained by it. So you need to entertain me if you're on TV doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it makes money, is because it entertains enough people if you get out of that.
Right.
Now I'm so curious what this thing that's so terrible is that they...
Hey, we'll find out eventually.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till the season ends, though.
Me too.
And then do you think whatever it is, do you think it was planted or planned? Because that's the...
I don't know. So I'm wondering if it's another one of those moments where they basically broke the rules, or I'm wondering if it's something that's blown out of proportion because of, like, PC reasons. You know, who knows?
Yeah, I still think a lot of the stuff in that show, more and more I watch it, is like scripted or planned. And
I don't think that.
I do. I definitely think people stick around. Like in the last one I was talking about, where the guy got the you can steal somebody's reward. I think he was going to get voted out before that, and they either made sure that he stuck around or stayed in the game in some way, shape, or form so that it could get used.
Like the producers?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Because didn't they implemented something brand new multiple seasons ago when we were doing our recap. I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember if it was the first time that they had done the one where the guy gets the second vote, and he got voted out with it, so you never got to see it used. And I think they realized that people didn't like that.
I don't think so. I refuse to believe. You can never convince me that the producers are saying, no, you can't vote this guy out.
I don't know. We do know that they've said when people had to get voted out before.
Well, that was only because they broke the rules. They broke the contract.
Right, but why not just kick them out and let it be known that they broke the rules?
They probably should have, honestly.
Yeah,
I think they were trying to preserve the integrity of the show.
But the problem is that's what lost the integrity of the show for me when I found that out. Because you continued to play a game and made it look like these people legitimately got voted out based on strategy and who won immunities and blah, 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 when it really had nothing to do with that.
Right.
So that's where
I don't think it's the same, though. It's still not the same. It's not the same at all because, like, yeah, they broke the rules. They had to go. That's not the same as we've made something that'll be entertaining for TV. You can't vote this person out because they possess it.
Well, but then at the same time, when you look at how they cast all these people and it turns out they're all freaking, basically actors and hired by talent agencies. They're not, like, real people with audition tapes.
That's not true. I mean, there is a level of that, but that's not not every single person on the show is like.
That is true. Not every single one. I think there's like one or two a season that are legitimately chosen.
I don't actually know the percentage, so I can't.
I also don't. I'm just speculating, but
I think I think you've become Survivor cynical.
So wait, the only thing I can select now, I need to refill, and I can only get the blue bag.
You got to move around. Like the blue bag is coming out of that big thing, and the seeds come out of like the smaller ones.
Didn't I figure this out last time too?
I don't. You did it the first time, and then I had a hard time getting it filled, and I figured it out.
Doesn't make any sense. I want to know what's in that blue bag.
I feel like it's some kind of nutrient or something.
I mean, nutrients are good. Plants like nutrients, I heard. Are you still selling stuff, or I know you're plowing that field?
Yeah.
I don't remember where
I probably should have sold more of the wheat, though, I guess. The price was steadily dropping, though, so I didn't. Speaking of prices, god damn it, why do I always hit tab first?
Oh, is that... We still have a soybean surge.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, I wonder how long that'll last. We don't have any more soybeans to sell them anyways.
No.
Like the place, that Right Agribusiness is where I sold the wheat to, and they were buying it at 7 something when I sold it to them. It was like 7.40, and they're down to 6.35 now. Wheat's real shitty.
Yeah, and that's why I don't understand it. Like, unless you're right that there's actually some, like, soil rotation, crop yield based on...
I think it's going to fluctuate throughout the year, though. I feel like there's a time of year when everyone's growing wheat. Everyone grew wheat. So wheat's not that expensive. But not everyone was growing soybeans. So, like, man, we need some fucking soybeans. You know what I mean?
I don't understand if I'm actually planting right now.
Do you have seeds?
I do. Oh, there, yeah, just very, very, very slowly going down. Man, this field is going to take forever to plant.
Yeah. When I planted that field before, I think it took me 35 minutes in real life.
Jesus. That's right, you did say that when we were doing this. I didn't realize how big that field was when you did that, though.
I really enjoy this game. I just don't know if people watching are going to have the same. I don't know if it's as entertaining to watch as it is to play.
As it is to play, yeah. It's I guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
based on the numbers. Like you said, hopefully people just like our banter, and I will talk down about Survivor. What'd you say? I was a Survivor? What now?
Cynic.
Cynic, yeah. I think I might be.
I don't understand what happened. You used to not be.
I think what happened is the more and more seasons that I watched, and the more I've seen the show change, and the more research I've done on like auditions and getting on and how the whole process works, the more cynical I've become about it.
Are you just bitter because you didn't get on?
I haven't had the opportunity to try. I mean, it would be different if they were like, we really liked your tape, come come interview, and I didn't. Then I could be bitter. No, I can't be bitter because I just wasn't looked at over the millions of people who probably do it all the time.
I mean, I put a lot of effort into applying whenever I was trying so hard, and I got a little bitter about it.
I think I'm not bitter about that. I'm bitter about the fact that it definitely looks like they don't really pay any attention to the people who do apply like that, because it's mainly through these talent agencies.
The thing is, maybe we're just going about it wrong. If that's how you get in the building, maybe we should be going in.
Oh, if I could find out which one was auditioning for it. So my wife's sister, I don't know if you've ever seen Hollywood Game Night. It's where they get Jane Lynch is the host, and they get all the celebrities together and do like stupid Hollywood game trivia. It's like a TV show. Well, they have somebody that you're playing for that plays all the time on the they call it the normal person that they bring on the show and is on one of the team with a bunch of celebrities, and they're always there. And Julia's sister is she knows all the celebrity gossip inside and out. So there's a spot on the show where it says to, hey, send a headshot to whatever blah 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 email address for if you want a chance to be on this show. So she did it, and she got called by the talent agency to come in and have like professional headshots taken, which this is one of the gimmicks, is now they want $500.
Oh my God.
To take these professional headshots to send them over to these shows. And then when she got to the place, because they didn't tell you anything about the price beforehand, so she didn't pay it, she just left. But
yeah.
She said, they were like, oh, which show is this for? And she said like the Hollywood Game Night, and they were like, oh, I don't know if that's the show you want to be. We have and they showed her a list of, I guess, all the shows that they're doing the auditions for. It's like this one company's in charge of finding all the people for all these different shows.
Wow.
But it also costs, $500 to get your headshots just to get them sent to wherever it is.
You're highly likely not going to get into anything.
Probably.
They probably sit there all day long taking headshots.
I'm sure that's what they do. It's like the porn couch.
The porn couch?
The casting couch, whatever it's called.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You never seen those, the fake casting couches that they have? They're like porn series that are out there, and who knows if these are real or not. It's all probably just part of the setup. But it's they pretend to be people pretending to be porn agencies, to have people come in and audition, and they videotape them, and that's what they make these like porns out of, because there's not really a job they're going after. It's just more gimmick,
I guess that's one way to get laid.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the whole point of this series and type of show. But I'm sure it's all just like that industry is full of so much like fake ridiculous stuff. I'm sure it's all scripted. You're gonna come in and pretend that this is what's happening.
Right.
But yeah, it probably would be a really good idea, because it would probably work in real life.
I have some pretty good camera equipment.
You could make it look professional, that's for sure.
Right. Got lights, all that stuff.
That is for sure.
Hey, then you basically are double dipping too, because then you put the porn somewhere. I wonder how Pornhub works, like all these different porn sites. Because I think you could upload to them, like a YouTube type thing, can't you?
I would guess so. I've never done it before.
I wonder if there's ads and stuff.
Wait, wasn't one of the what game was it that was uploading all their footage to like you porn or Pornhub.
I don't know, but I do know that that's happened, where like a game was like under embargo or something, so people put it on a porn site instead.
Yeah. And I don't remember which game it was, but it does. Yeah, I don't know. Do you get paid for ads? Do those have ads?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I do not know. I wish I knew.
That would be. Can you imagine just starting like saying, "Screw YouTube," and just start uploading everything that you would normally upload to YouTube just on like Pornhub?
Well, I think they take it down. It's not naked enough, right?
I mean, maybe Milby can keep his account.
Right.
So. That would be really entertaining. I wonder if anybody's ever going to challenge YouTube.
Well, they keep fucking around. I know a lot of people that have switched to Twitch instead, and I mean it's not the same.
Their VOD service?
No, they're just not.
They're just live streamers now.
Right.
But I mean, from a VOD service perspective.
I mean, I think that Twitch is still working on their VOD service, and if enough people switch to live streaming, you know what I mean? I think Twitch is one of the few people that could potentially compete. They have a lot of work to do, but I guess the other thing with Twitch too is the fact that it's really focused on gaming, and YouTube covers a much wider spectrum of content.
Right. Here's the one thing that I just don't understand about YouTube, and it's probably my not understanding. It's probably because they make a bunch of money in the back end for not fixing this flaw. But I go to websites constantly, and if you run an ad blocker, you can't get to the websites. Like, you can't get to some news sites. It tells you have to turn off your ad blocker before it lets you see, like, the article. Why can YouTube not somehow block stuff like that?
I think they can. I mean, in fact, I'm certain they can, because there's so many other sites do it.
Do you choose not to? Do you think that they're just still getting paid the ad revenue from the companies and just not are paying less out now?
Oh, well, like, for instance, when someone skips an ad, YouTube still gets paid. We just don't.
So, do you think if somebody's watching a YouTube video, like if you guys who are watching this video right now are watching it with ad block, do you think YouTube gets paid for an ad that never played?
Oh, no. The ads are still getting blocked, but I don't think it's a big enough deal to YouTube.
I really do wonder if it counts the ads toward YouTube saying, hey, we played the ad.
Just because that would be fraud. That would definitely be fraud.
I would agree that would be fraud, but they tried to send you an ad.
Yeah, but they didn't serve it, and they count that. They definitely
know. They definitely aren't going to pay
you can be an
it.
advertiser. Like, you can go to AdSense, and you can see if you run an AdSense account, you can see what percentage of your ads were ad blocked.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Interesting. So they do keep track of all those stats. Yeah, you would think that if they're getting paid for how often ads are getting served up, then you'd think they'd want to make it so.
It's got to be a PR thing, right? Like,
I don't know. Sometimes I will tell you what gets really annoying.
If I go to a news site and it tells me I can't read the article because I need to turn off my ad blocker, I just don't read the article.
I actually do the same thing sometimes. It makes it really hard when I'm watching YouTube because I keep ad block off on like anything that I know is like a content creator type page. YouTube's algorithm is so bad. If I'm watching something full screen and then I minimize it or make it like not full screen anymore, it serves an ad again before it'll play it.
Yeah.
And that drives me absolutely insane.
Yeah, YouTube's not very good with all of that. I wish YouTube Red was better. Like, they should have done a better job with that, because the revenue, it's not ad revenue anymore, but the revenue is much higher for the content creators than from ads.
I don't even know how to sign up for YouTube Red.
Right, no one does.
But there's
unless you're using the mobile app, that's the only time it ever pushes the fucking service. It's like, you want to watch this video offline, you should get YouTube Red. Try it for 30 days for free. But otherwise, whenever you're just on YouTube's site, like, it never says like, hey, you know about this Red shit?
Yeah, because isn't it relatively cheap?
I don't know.
But it blocks ads for like $5 a month or something, right?
Right. And then like if you were to watch all of my videos, I would get half of that $5. I think it's $9 a month.
you get half of that $5 if you watch all your videos.
If you watched only my videos, if you only time you went to YouTube, you only watched my videos. That's how they serve up the money. They serve it up based on what you watch.
But you would only get $2.50. That doesn't seem that worth it, man.
Well, they get the other half. It's kind of like Twitch. You know, someone subs, Twitch gets $2.50. Dude, Twitch's bits program sucks. It just sucks.
Can't you buy like 1,000 bits for like $4 or something?
So no, 1,000 bits is the equivalent of $10.
Oh, it's equivalent.
And you would pay 15 for it. Like if you want 1,000 bits, I think it's 15.
You pay 15.
Like,
okay.
yeah, because Twitch takes a percentage off the top, and then you get the bits. And then so like if you give me 1,000 bits, you really have given me $10.
But you've paid $15 to give you 10.
Right. So you could just donate to me, if that's the kind of fan support you want to do. If you want to give money to the streamer, you're much better off just donating than you are buying bits. Because Twitch just takes a bunch off the top.
Is Streamlabs still free?
Yeah.
Are they going to be free forever? I don't even understand how they're doing that. That's crazy to me. Because they used to be like $1 or 10, like a couple percent or something like that, wasn't it?
Was it Streamlabs? There was one of them that did take a percent if you used their donation service. Yeah.
And then they went free, which is weird because.
Well, Streamlabs bought up everyone else too. Like there was other companies, and they bought them all out.
I don't know
where they're making.
If they're not making.
I don't know. That is a good question. I don't know. They must have investors, honestly. A lot of the companies I know that are doing anything related to this space only have investors. Really, they're not making money from their product yet. They just hope to.
Well, Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah.
So,
you told me about this, I think.
Yeah, that guy sold the company for $1 billion, and he never broke profit.
Yes, that's just wild, right?
It's insane. I'm surprised he never broke profit. I don't understand how they never broke profit because that's why I thought the business was so good, because it was a cheap product that he was selling for a cheap price in a way that like men found attractive in the advertising stream and all that stuff. But to turn out he never turned a profit?
I don't know who buys it. I guess you do?
Yeah, I buy Dollar Shave Club. I actually had to put a hold. I'm already pushed back to the every other month.
Couldn't afford the dollar
package. No. I put a hold because I seriously have about 15 4-packs of razors that I have not opened.
Maybe that's what happens. People get too many. You know, I used to use Amazon subscribe and save service, where you like subscribe to some product that you use at home,
right?
And then they send it in like bulk, and you save money by doing that.
Well, they don't send it in bulk, but they send it to you at like a monthly stipend or something. Like every month.
It depends on everything that I was buying was by the case, just about, and I'd get it once every 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
In fact, most of the stuff on Subscribe, I don't know of anything on Subscribe and Save that is just a single item.
I've definitely bought things on Subscribe and Save before because they were way cheaper to buy that way. Like they were on a discount, and you would do the Subscribe and Save every 6 months, and then you would just cancel it.
Huh. Okay.
But I'm sure that there's bulk things that you can buy. But you stopped doing it for what reason now?
Because I just had too much. Like I had like 2 years worth of damn shampoo, and I still only had it coming every 6 months. I don't know.
Yep.
Said too much of everything.
Yep, that's why I had to put my razors on hold the other day, because I don't want to cancel it, because I think Dollar Shave Club is awesome. And also, a long time ago, and I actually never made the video, and I feel bad because they sent me a bunch of product because I told them I was a YouTube creator and I really liked their style and I wanted to try all their different products, but there was no way at the time to get a different subscription. You could only be on certain levels of the subscription, that was it. And he was like, oh yeah, we'll send you a bunch of this stuff to try out. And so he sent me like one of everything they had pretty much. But I started to make the videos, but I realized to test all these razors, different types of razors, I needed to wait until I had to shave again.
Yeah.
So it was becoming, I did it for like a month, making like clips of videos, and then I stopped. And I feel bad because that I never actually made this video because they sent me product. Granted, it only was like $15 worth of product, but...
You're the reason they
I
used a thing called
I'm the reason they never turned a profit.
Yeah, they would have sold so many, Jeff. You fucked it up. You could have done a cool accent and got a bunch of people talking about it.
Hi mates, it's Jeff. Is that what you mean? Like an cool accent?
I was actually making a reference to you doing a stupid accent for the old guy.
Oh,
lost
I
their
gotcha.
fucking mind.
And then, I mean, it would probably pull in a bunch of views then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for sure. But what were you saying that you used to use?
Oh, I use a thing called Pill Pack that I really like. I mean, it's meant for people to get all their prescription drugs in a little pouch that's got the day and time and all that stuff on it. But I don't have that many drugs that I take. But I do like my vitamin D and my aspirin and fish oil. It comes in a little pack and it's got the day and that's the only thing I take. So it has the time, but it's just like 8 a.m. But if you had like a lot of prescriptions and stuff, instead of having like little pill cases, you could Pill Pack seems like the way to go.
I mean, I don't know specifically what. Is it just like the old person Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday thing, or is
right? But it's like they send you a month's worth on like a roll. It's in like a little plastic box, and then it's in like syllable. It's in like little. The whole roll like rolls off like one day at a time, and you just tear it off, and then you open it up, and it's got your pills in it.
Well, that's a pretty cool product, especially for old people with polypharmacy.
Yeah, I tried to get my grandma to do it, but she's like, I don't want my pills to come in the mail. That's crazy. They have my information. The other day I took her to the doctor, and she was like, I don't want to give them my social security number. I heard you don't have to on NPR.
I wonder when she heard that, because Medicare is actually changing all the laws that they're no longer going to be basing it on social security numbers anymore.
Really?
Yep. Which is, it's really interesting that the medical industry is still this industry that, as of now, uses social security numbers as identifiers. It's kind of crazy.
But yeah. And for like me, it's only $5 a month that I get all of my pills for the whole month.
All of your aspirin and vitamin D.
Yeah, and my fish oil. And there's something else in there too. What else do I take? Maybe it's only 3. I feel like it's 4.
Because aspirin is pretty cheap because it's way off.
Maybe I am spending more than I should. I don't know.
I remember going to Seattle the first time for the first PAX, and I bought the first PAX. Yeah, the very first PAX, or the first PAX that I went to, and I was amazed. And I don't know what the prices were out here at the time, but I bought 2 huge bottles of aspirin for $1 at the CVS.
Well, I might be spending more than I should. I don't know what fish oil and
yeah, I don't know what fish oil. I mean, anything. If you're spending $5 a month, it's obviously not going to be breaking the bank.
Right. Yeah, that could include shipping too and everything.
I mean, you could pay them in bits. Just pay them like 800 bits.
Right.
It'd be all good.
Twitch. Well, we're out of time. We're actually way out of time. we went way over, but whatever. We're just farmers. What do we know about time?
I'm almost finished with this video. We know about time management, you. Time management.
What's so crazy about this field that you're doing is that by the time you get done with it, the first couple swaths always are grown.
Yeah, it's a huge field. We definitely need something with a bigger base.
Yeah.
Because this is just too much. Anyways, guys, I'll finish this up. Bye. See ya.